So the first article is Writing to Think Critically, the Seeds of Social Action, if I did this right. Mr. Balmer starts off by talking about a girl in his class that uses her notebook as a tool to write about her life. But she only seems to write things that are close to her, not what she sees on the way home, such as a woman calling a guy a faggot. She says that stuff just does not belong. Mr. Balmer says as a teacher we want students to review their writing as more than an exercise for learning to write, as more than obedience to teacher instructions, but rather as a unique form of social action. Usually when a student writes, they do not address the social issue because unless the teacher prompts them to. Most people will write about memories, other people, reflections, or current personal issues. I know that's what I wrote about when I was asked to write in a journal. Rarely do people write about social issues or political things. I like the activity he makes the students do when they sit with an object for 10 minutes and just write about that one object. I probably wouldn't make it for 10 minutes, but maybe 5, because after 5 minutes I would probably be daydreaming or doing something else. In schools, there are political issues, such as questions about fairness, how people get picked for jobs, teams, or groups, low self-esteem due to cliques, the consequences of cruelty and kindness, and restrictions on being able to move freely in classes. Since these are everyday things, I think we could help students learn about them or at least notice them. In this article, it says that there are 3 modes of teaching: demonstrating, assisted performance, and reflective conversation. In demonstrating stage, you can demonstrate after the fact or in the midst. In the assisted performance, we gotta remember that everyone needs assistance at some point, even the bright students. In reflective conversation, you basically give students a deadline to have writing in their notebooks so that they will be ready to discuss things in their writing. I like when he said writing for a social action is thus a conversation in the world. That is all I have for this article. In the article, Using the Writer's Notebook Across the Day and Beyond the Writing Workshop, Janet goes visiting classrooms to see how different teachers go about different things. It says Julia Cameron writes 3 pages every morning before doing anything else. It is a way to stimulate creativity. I'm sorry, but the only thing that's creating is a cramp for my hand. I love how in this article they give Javier, a student, the chance to teach his fellow classmates how he works. I also like how she helps Joseph write like a scientist. In the section, Struggling with System of Language, these students use their notebooks instead of meaningless drills and worksheets to help them figure out punctuation marks and how to complete their sentences, which is really neat. I would like to use a writer's notebook in my classroom when I become a teacher. I would like the students to take the notebook out of the classroom too, though. If they feel inspired by something wherever they may be, I would like them to write it in their notebook. I don't want writing in a notebook to be boring, nor do I want students to dread doing it. It should be fun, exciting, and helpful too.